Hello, and welcome to another stream of the Ultimate Hardcore Shiny Manectric Hunt Light. Oh my god, I can't speak. Welcome to Hardcore Shiny Manectric Hunt Live. My name is Ectric, and we are here in yet another stream where we will be continuing our quest for our second Shiny Manectric, or I guess Electric, and then evolve it into a Manectric in Pokemon Shield. Hope you're excited for this stream. If you are and you've not yet liked the stream, subscribe to the channel. Consider doing so you can catch more of these in the future. Regardless, though, we are going to be doing some shiny hunting in Shield, and then we're also going to be, as usual, spawning some space-time distortions in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and doing those periodically as well, because we need to get shinies there as well. So, we've got a docket full of shinies tonight. I got a pocket full of sunshine and a docket full of shinies, so it's going to be a good time. Hopefully you're excited for this. Hopefully you're having a wonderful, wonderful week so far. And let me just get PLA set up and we'll be good to go. Right, there we go. And these. There we go. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Doodle, for joining the stream before it even started. Good to have you in. We are pretty close to getting the 500 battles. I think we need like 40 something more. Yeah, 49 more. Or 39 more. 39 more. Even better. 39 more battles. And then we're good to go. Just encounter, because that'll be the max shiny luck. Have you gotten all the achievements for Rocky Simulator yet? No. I'm planning on doing that one at some point, but I have not gotten to it yet. Welcome to the stream, though, Arjo. Good to have you in. All right, and every time. I do it every time. I hate it here. Hate it here. Let's do that. Okay, good. Oh, whoops. Alright, whatever. It's fine. Ellie, welcome to the stream. Work was brutal. I worked a whopping 2 hours. Oof, that's rough. Yeah, I worked from home half of the day today, which was pretty nice. Gotta be honest. I'm gonna go heal up my team. Go. Oh, but yeah, hopefully you're doing well. Good to have you in. Go. Much better. All right, let's do this thing. My grocery store was packed today because the winter storm's coming in tomorrow. Oh yeah, we had like a bunch of snow over the past couple days, so we already had that storm. But it was supposed to be really bad, so I left early, like 10 a.m. to make sure I'd be able to get home before the roads got bad. Then proceeded to be sunny until like 4:30. Honestly, you'd rather have it be that way than the other way around. Better safe than sorry. I think it like snowed like last night for like 5 or 6 inches, I think, and then by the morning our driveway had been plowed, and like I didn't go until after lunch, so like all of the roads were perfectly clear by the time I got on the road. Have a 4-day weekend because I got tomorrow and Monday off. Nice. GG's. Sometimes you can be both safe and sorry. That's true. That's true. Nice for me, not nice for my wallet. Yeah, I get that. That is one of the benefits of doing salaried work is that, you know, your days off you don't have to feel guilty about like the balance between, you know, giving yourself rest and making money as much, because like you get them contractually. God, Diglett's long in this game. What the hell? Having the like behind the Diglett view, I never realized like how like long the back one is. Makes me uncomfortable. I have to pay for a dentist appointment next week. Oh, that's rough. Whoops. I had my teeth cleaned back in December, so I still have a bit of time before my next appointment. I want to buy a PS3 to play some older games, but I'm not getting any hours to be able to pay for it. Can't you just get an emulator for the PS3? I mean, obviously, ideally you would get the system itself, but like in lieu of that, because of money things. Get all your teeth removed, you'll never have to see the dentist again. I feel like they probably still would need to like check on your gums and stuff like that, or if you get like implants, they need to check on those. I feel like not going to the dentist is... I mean, I guess you could just like not go to the dentist after you get all your teeth removed and just not care about like gum health and stuff like that, but also like that sounds like it sucks. Want to do trophy hunting specifically in some other older games, so I need the actual hardware to link it to my account. Ah, gotcha. That makes sense. So when we get to 1449, that will be 500 battled. Now, the 500 battle doesn't boost all of the odds, like the odds of every Pokemon that spawns, right? It just boosts your chance of getting the Pokemon with the like golden aura, which are the ones that have the boosted shiny odds regardless of how many you battled, right? That's how it works. It's not like a straight across the board, now you have like 1 in 500 odds. It's a, if you happen to find this Pokemon, you will have 1 in 500 odds regardless of how many you've battled, but the more you've battled, the more will show up with this aura. I think that that's how that works. Just the brilliant golden aura ones. Gotcha. Main games I want to do can technically play on my PS5, but I have to stream them, and my internet is nowhere near good enough for that. Oh, yeah, that's tough. I am lucky in that, like the cell service around me is like terrible, but the like the internet service is like pretty decent. I don't really have any issues with internet. You also have to kill the gold aura one, otherwise it resets. But I could be completely wrong about that. Really? Why? So you're saying if I don't kill it, I have to kill another 500? Like, is that... Like, that doesn't seem to make sense. I feel like that's way too difficult. Could be completely wrong. I'll look it up in a minute. because I would really like to put my Electric back up, or my Manectric. Is it Manectric now? I don't remember. I'd like to put my Electric type Pokemon up front so that I can get more Electric spawns, because it has static. Yeah, it's a Manectric now. I'm wrong? Okay. So, just... For some reason I was thinking it worked like a chain. Gotcha. Okay, yeah. No, I think that it just, like, across the board increases the number of Brilliant Aura Pokemon that spawn, and then those have a set higher shiny chance. When you were looking it up, did it say what the, like, what percentage of them will be Golden Aura after 500 battles? %3 chance for bonus one. Okay. With 1 in 585 shiny odds. Gotcha. That's not bad at all. See, all I need is for Diglett to get a, well, it's a bit late for that now, but if I could have gotten Diglett to get a priority move, it would have been perfect. It's not bad, it's just incredibly time-consuming to get to 500. I mean, you're technically shiny hunting anyway while doing it, so it's not like I'm okay to do it because it's like adding slightly more time onto a hunt I would be already doing anyway. Like if every encounter takes, let's say, like 20 to 30 seconds versus like 10 for just running away. Let's say it's like doubling the time. Ellie, or sorry, Doodle, welcome to the stream. But yeah, basically for 500 encounters, I am like sacrificing 500 encounters worth of time to increase my odds for 3% of my encounters by like 10, like a tenth of the, or 10 times better odds. I feel like this is the most time-consuming method outside of full odds hunting. Yeah, it's definitely not amazing. Oh, we got it for space-time distortion. Real quick, I'm just gonna fly on over. I'm crashing out. Why? When you could be crashing in to this stream this Friday night. I don't know. Go. I had a panic attack earlier. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Those types of attacks are quite not fun. Can confirm. Meet with Masuda. Every egg has the boosted chance, not just 3% of them. Yeah. I mean, technically, I could go try to beat the gym. Or I guess go beat the gym. I actually, no, what would have to happen is I'd have to train up my Pokemon that were not on the squad, because all of these are too high level now. But, like, technically I could go and beat this gym and then get to the daycare and do a Masuda hunt. But I don't have I don't have the bike yet. So I would have to, like, run around instead of using the bike. I would have to beat a nuzlocke, a hardcore nuzlocke of the first gym, and then it's a lot of like actual, like, risky efforts to get a slightly better method, and to get Masuda I'd have to trade anyway, which I don't have any foreign Pokemon. Get the bike right after the daycare? Okay, fair enough. It's been a while since I've played this game all the way through. Now that you mention, I do remember that person just being on that bridge, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I don't even know if I have technically have trading set up on this account. At least not online. I could probably do, like, transfer up or, like, use Pokemon Home to transfer. Let's do it this way. I would go to Scarlet Violet, and I would probably, like, have to, like, take a Ditto from there or something like that, a foreign Ditto from Scarlet Violet, use Pokemon Home to bring it into this game, into one of the Scarlet Violet games, and then locally trade to a Scarlet Violet using this account, and then have Pokemon Home transfer to this. Like, it'd be a whole bunch of extra steps that would be really quite annoying. State of the country kind of caught up to me. Yeah, it's... I've been not been listening to as many of my political podcasts, just because honestly, I fell behind back in, like, October and just never really caught up. When I went to Italy, I didn't listen for, like, a week and a half, and just never really caught up, and then became more and more daunting to try and catch up. So really, I just need to, like, cut my losses and just start watching again. But, like, I've been kind of not paying as much attention, and it's actually been kind of nice, all things considered. But also, you know, you have to be informed and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not good. I might categorize it as particularly not bueno. I think that's the scientific term for it. Try not to just for my own sanity, but my family talks about it. I mean, the way I see it is, at least for me personally, I don't judge anyone who doesn't want to pay attention to it, because it is a shit show. But for me personally, I see it as being complicit in anything that's happening, to not at least be informed about what's happening. For myself, again, like, if it for your mental health you don't want to pay attention, this is not a judgment on anyone who doesn't feel the need to pay attention, or feels like they can't pay attention to politics regularly, to, you know, for their own mental health. I get it. I completely get it. For me personally, I just can't. I can't justify to myself not paying attention, even though it does, you know, put me in a bad mood often. 25 eyes in a man. Welcome to the stream. Just like this whole the saying 25 eyes in a man. That's what I was thinking. Crazy. And then we live in the US, I still completely avoid news because it's 90% of what I hear about here. Yeah, I mean, you have the unfortunate affliction of having us as a next-door neighbor and having our president randomly have decided that he wants the entire country of Canada as the 51st state. It really is really is an unfortunate situation for you because, like, it's not your fault. You just happen to be next to us and we're fucking crazy. But yeah. Do you feel that? I feel acknowledged that I'm actually choosing bliss over being informed, but I have enough on my plate. No, I get it. Yeah, I get it completely. I also find that I am in a place where I, you know, maybe I am slightly more prepared to be able to handle the absolute shitstorm because I generally am not dealing with as many like significant mental hurdles in other areas of my life, at least not at the moment. Also, we did get the space-time distortion, so I'm going to swap. I just got it. Great. Who let the schizo poster become president? Yeah. Not me. I didn't vote for him. Have y'all heard of Renee Good? Yes. Yes. Absolute fucking tragedy and just atrocious situation. Up into and including the fact that there's a significant portion of people who somehow think she A, deserved it, or, you know, B, you know, had it coming to her, or could have done something to like get out of that situation, like it was somehow her fault. It just absolutely awful. That's special part number 2. God, one of these days the Sylveon's gonna shine for me and it's gonna be awesome. Also, one of these days these freaking Weavile are gonna shine. Hey, a gem jar. What happened to her was not so good. I tend to agree. I'll say it. It was bad. Pretty sure that's pretty much all of the items except for the center area. Death kind of slammed me in the face today for some reason. I mean, like, sometimes it just doesn't, it'll take some time to just, like, fully sink in, just, like, the craziness of some events, or, like, the devastation of some of it. Like, it's just, you know, sometimes your initial emotional response is just shock and not as... is muted compared to what you actually will feel eventually. I think that's pretty normal. I remember last year when my grandfather passed away. Immediately, well, first of all, it was 8 in the morning, and I had been up until like 4. So like I like was woken up with the call, and almost immediately when I saw that my mother was calling me at 8 in the morning on a Saturday or a Sunday, I was like, something happened. This is not a normal time to be getting a call. And I just remember it, like, right afterwards, like, having the thought of like, I don't feel the need to cry right now. I'm sure that eventually it will come, but like right now it's just kind of like numb shock type of thing. And I just, eventually obviously the tears did come and stuff like that, but like it's just uh, yeah, ever, it's not always immediate. Sylveon will shine. I'll be screaming because you agreed to name it after me. Yep, I got you. LE15, right? This is about to end. Oh, and it just did end. Alright, we'll swap over to the other game again. I don't know where we're at this point. I'm pretty sure the last one I saw was 14, so I'm going to say 15. I could go to like 18 just to be safe, but I'm pretty sure it's 15. Because I was looking at Za the other day and saw LE14 in there. Or LA. Because it was, I think there was an accent on the E. I don't remember why we did that, but jump to 27 for the funny? Sure, why not? I think the reality of things first slapped me in the face when I learned my mom's friend's kid watched Ice take someone. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like I think that is a big part of like when it becomes real is like when like you're like, I have been there, or like I have I know someone who was like involved in this. Like it becomes really real when like you can have those what are they called, the 6 layers of Kevin Bacon thing where it's like you have you I don't remember the exact term, but like the connections, uh, the steps of connections. It definitely hits you when it's closer. Like it's, oh, a person I know knows a person that this happened to, or like I've been to the place that this happened at, or like uh, I I saw someone that day that ended up being there or something like that. Like the closer it is, the more it like hits you specifically, even if you weren't directly involved in it yourself. Just the concrete fact that it's that close to me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's I I had that happen because honestly, a lot of the freaking things that have been happening in like a lot of the news stories that have been coming out recently. Obviously, a lot of them have been in Minnesota, but a lot of like just the one-off stories of like, oh, this thing with ice happened seem to be happening in Massachusetts. And obviously I haven't heard any stories of like involving my specific hometown or anything like that, but like a lot of these places I've driven through. I've been to restaurants there. Like it's my freaking home neighborhood basically, and I'm like, this was happening like 20 to 30 minutes away from me, and I had no idea. That is awful. It just feels bad. What's wrong with immortality? Um, I will say that it really depends. If the idea is you are unable to die because of like sickness or aging, and the only way you can die is by actively being killed, um, it really depends on whether you're the only one that gets this, and whether you are able to like choose to end your own life when and if you want to. Like, if you are physically incapable of dying no matter what, the horror with that is that, you know, eventually death of the universe, and you're just sitting there by yourself for eternity. Like, eternity is more than we can comprehend. So if you don't have a way out, then that's the thing that's wrong with immortality. Assuming it's just, you know, getting rid of the unintentional ways to pass away, I don't think that there's necessarily a bad thing about it. In that, like, if you are physically incapable of passing away by sickness or aging, then you just go until you don't want to go anymore, and then you choose to pass on. Like, I think that's pretty, like, perfect, actually. Because, like, you know, there'll be people who by age 80 are like, I'm done. But there'll also be people who are like age 500 who are like, I want to learn to play the flute, or like whatever. Like they like, there are people who wants to experience a bunch of different things, and having as much time as possible to get around to those things, I think is amazing, or would be amazing, I guess. But you know, that is all about, it's all about the agency with which you get to choose the length of your life. I think that to the point where it allows you more agency over how long your life is, then it is good. If it takes away agency of being able to end existence, then it is bad. Infinity scares me, but finiteness also scares me, so I'm just here. Yeah, I feel the exact same way. No, don't have any qualms with saying that I don't want to die. Personally, planning on never dying. So far, I've been batting 1,000, but I don't have any intentions of dying. You know, the universe might say differently, but personally, I am saying that I am going to live forever, and you can't stop me. Prove me wrong. Oh, don't prove me wrong. But I have not died yet, so obviously I can't die. But yeah, so I am infinitely scared by the idea of no longer existing, and possibly even more so, the idea of being forgotten. The quote-unquote second death, like in if you have seen Coco, that also, like, really frightens me, and gives me existential dread. But also, I acknowledge that there would come a point, if I were to live, you know, unendingly, that I would eventually grow tired, grow bored. There would come a point where I would have done all I wanted to do, and it would become more and more torturous to continue existing after having already done all that I wanted to do. Like, I know there would come that point. I don't think I would hit it anytime within a normal human lifetime, but I would eventually hit it. That's what I thought too, because unable to die of sickness or aging is how we should all live. This is also more realistic than being physically unable to die. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I honestly could foresee the, like, functional immortality being a thing. I've struggled with it, like most people, but I also accept that it's a natural thing. I don't know if that I've come to that many terms. Like, obviously, I acknowledge that it's a thing, and, like, I've experienced death, and I am able to come to terms with, like, I will never get to see my grandfather again. I will never get to see my cousin again. Like the people that have died in my life, I can acknowledge that I will never see them again. I will never get to have another conversation with them. All of those things, and obviously that is extremely sad, because I cherish those interactions with people. Oh, did I get 500? But yeah, I cherish those interactions with people. Off by 1. I missed a count. There we go. But yeah, so I definitely cherish those interactions and stuff like that. But I also am able to acknowledge that, you know, that I'm not going to get to see them again. And that's a big part of the sadness. But I also don't think that I have. I genuinely don't think I have fully come to the idea of that I'm going to one day die. Like, obviously, I logically know that. I think emotionally, I don't really like to handle it. So I just ignore that part of me that's like, you're gonna die one day. You're not gonna be here. You know how you're currently existing? You're not. I have that in the back of my head every once in a while, and I go so yeah, the existentialism really does get to me from time to time, and I'm not a huge fan of it. Alright, we're gonna put Balloon back up front. If I were an immortal, unable to die, the one thing I would want to do is go into a black hole, just see what would happen. Either I get relief from the curse, or just time travel. That would be kind of cool. Go into the middle of a sun also. The other thing is, like, if you can still feel pain but can't die, that'd be, like, even worse. I kind of changed my perception on animals, and part of that is considering their lack of fear regarding death, and I kind of strive to be that way. I also believe there's an afterlife, so that helps too. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sincere atheist and don't believe in any afterlife. So I kind of think, you know, once we die, it's kind of like falling asleep forever. So that is also part of the existentialism, is that I don't have that, you know, sincere belief in that my existence will go on in some sort of way after I die. Hence, really don't want to. Dazzling, welcome to the stream. With animals, as they lack the agency and intelligence we have, we are, to say, on a higher plane of existence. Humans, our goal is to overcome all challenges. I mean, yeah, I think that, I mean, obviously, animals have an instinct not to die and a desire not to die, in that they, like, have self-preservation, but I don't think that they think about their existence in the way that we do. Primarily involves recognizing the agency they do have. We can't truly know. We know they do think, and they definitely possess a different kind of intelligence, at least. Oh yeah, no, I agree. I don't know that I necessarily agree with the humans being on a higher plane of existence. I do think that in general we are able to do more abstract thinking than most, if not all, other animals on Earth. The ability to have that kind of abstract thinking allows for a lot more introspection, you know, concept of self, all that kind of thing, that other animals probably don't have as much. But I also am aware that we used to think that animals were a lot dumber than they have turned out to be, by the fact that we are anthropomorphic and human-centric in our thinking, you know, naturally, and, you know, we don't really think of other forms of intelligence as intelligence necessarily, as a gut reaction. We say, oh, this animal having this sort of sense, it's not an intelligence, it's an instinct, whereas it could vary, like, we don't know what their inner experience is, and the more we, you know, study, the more science advances, the more we realize there are less distinctions than we'd like there to be between us and every other animal. Okay. Luigi, welcome in. Good to have you here. I would also just become Deadpool. That's true. You could become Deadpool. That could be fun. Reason for the Victory Screech. Got the Switch 2 versions, Kirby and Forgotten Land, and Pokemon Legend Za, as well as DLC. Nice, nice. You'll have to let me know how you like Za. Found one shiny on the path to the hyperspace. Ooh, nice. Oh wait, you already had Za. Never mind. I remember you mentioning that you were like on the grind along with me. I guess you just got it on the Switch 2, like the upgrade. I've seen videos of cats with talking buttons. That's kind of what triggered it for me. Oh yeah, actually, Lola has talking buttons. We use those with Lola because she doesn't bark, like ever really. And we really had no way of knowing what she wanted because she wouldn't advocate for herself. Like, if she wanted / needed to go outside, she would just kind of like generally like stare at us and get like excitable near us, which could be just her, being excitable, but also could mean she has to go to the bathroom. It could mean that she wants to go outside. Could mean she wants to go on a walk. Could mean she, is hungry and we forgot to feed her. Her water bowl ran out. Like, there's a whole bunch of different things that it could theoretically be. So we just got her buttons, and we've been slowly training her on them, and she's gotten pretty good at them. It's annoying, especially when I'm like in the sunroom with my wife and we're playing Stardew, and she's just either trying to get me to play tug with her, and then when I don't play tug with her, she is pressing the button to go outside. But it does work. Oh shoot, I forgot to press like the last 3, I think. How's Tony settling in? He's actually settling in pretty well. Also, I'm Space Time Sorcerer just won, so I'm gonna fly over there real quick and then go back to hunting. But yeah, he's doing really well. He has gotten more and more comfortable. The fact that he is able to stay in a crate and actually will still go in there is very helpful because we can give him some time by himself. We can give Lola some time for herself and stuff like that. It's been quite helpful to have that kind of like quote unquote quiet period. And now that I'm going into the office half day for the rest of the week, it's necessary. So he's been doing really well, all things considered. Really about as well as you could ask. Also, this area is awful for like sitting and waiting. All right, we'll do that. Good. Cats with talking buttons are just responding to cues. There was a horse that could supposedly do math, looked in that great stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously in some regards it's just when I do this thing happens. And they're not actually like, quote unquote talking and associating the words with concepts and stuff like that in the same way that we use language, but it gets the same point across, and they are able to make that connection of when I press this button, they will refill my water bottle, or when I press this button, they will let me go outside, type of thing. Like Grandparents' dog is like that? That's awesome. Find the most horrible, despicable people on the planet and put the fear of God in them without even laying a finger on them? Oh, Jesus. Oh, shoot. Oh, another one. Have y'all not seen the videos of cats having whole-ass conversations? I have seen some videos like that, yes. Got the latest update for the game? I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe. Pretty good so far. I know that it's going to be a chore, especially the harder fights ahead. Wise one man once said, remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Was that Gandhi? What's the new update with Za? Am I missing some content? Technically, I haven't beaten the DLC yet. No. Space Hound Station just warmed. Let's get ourselves to 1470 and then we'll swap over. I don't want the Wooloo. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that shiny, but I don't want it. Allows you to hold more than 999 of certain item, as well as purchasing berries and bulk. Ooh. Yes, that's perfect. They actually listened to something? That's crazy. Another news, I'm trying to draw a ungulate. I usually draw carnivorans, and I'm struggling. What's an ungulate? Is it like a... or an undulate? Is it a thing where it, like... it's like one of those, like... microscopic worm things that, like, wiggles itself in through the water and stuff like that? I forgot to... the counter. Okay. Okay, we're good there. Now we swap. It would be so funny if special spawns were shiny locked in this game. Literally been spending like hundreds of hours trying to get shinies and space-time distortions just to not have it be possible. God, that'd be so funny. Wait. Oh, that was the... Damn it. I got so excited for a split second because I was like, was that the shiny sound? But it was just a stupid fucking cry. They're hoofed mammals? Oh. What are ungulates then? I've never heard of them before. Oh, and there goes the space spawn. Shiny chance. The day ending in Y. Not a lot more discussions at night and Za. Are there? I feel like it's been about equivalent for me, at least from what I've gathered. Maybe I'm wrong. You know what I should do sometime is do the remaining requests here. I think it's just the Path of yeah, it's just the Path of Solitude ones at this point. And the fighting Lucario. But I should finish up all of the side quests and then perfect my Pokedex so that I technically have 100% of the game. Because technically I haven't. I think I might start mixing that into the PLA streams rather than always doing shiny hunting streams. Is sometimes do some Dex Perfection streams. Namely around the evolutions to start. As well as the rest of the Porygon line, the, you know, all of the Space-Time Distortion ones, so that we can guarantee that their shiny odds are as high as possible. And then we'll just work our way through the rest of them. Unfortunately, it's kind of mutually exclusive with shiny hunting. Like, obviously, you can get some random shinies to spawn, technically. And maybe we'll, like, try to do like our grinding near where EVs will tend to spawn or something like that, but like pretty much every Pokemon I still need is only available in special spawn or Space-Time Distortions. So even if I were to like happen to stumble upon a shiny while grinding, it still wouldn't help me because I'd have to it would be a duplicate. Deer, horses, pigs, cows, etc., and porpoises for some reason. Those are called ungulates. I did not know that that was the scientific term for them. I'm bashing my head against the wall waiting for a game I pre-ordered to drop. Still 35 days and I don't know if I'll still be sane then. What game? If you don't mind my asking. Go. Go. Okay. Well, I'm a nerd. Oh, Resident Evil 9? I thought there already was a Resident Evil 9. Maybe not, that's not what you're talking about. Taxonomy is like a minor special interest of mine. Interesting. Yeah, I've never really, that's never really been one to pique my interest all that much. Okay, and swap back over. And bam. Gorgeous. Resident Evil Reckoning. Oh, okay. Drops at the end of February. That is a long time to wait. I really am not like waiting for any games to drop. I'm kind of just chilling with the games I have. I'm still pushing through the Pokédex in ZA. That's definitely holding my interest a bunch. Once I finish that, I'll probably dedicate myself to doing some shiny living dex hunting. In general, I think it's going to just be, you know, it'll be that'll be holding me for a while. I want to go back to Scarlet and Violet possibly at some point and shiny hunt in there, and finish my living decks for the DLCs. Not Pokepia? Nah, not really. It looks pretty fun, but it's also like $70. And I'm not sure if it's gonna be worth it for me to play a non-mainline Pokemon game for $70. If at some point it goes on sale or something, maybe, but like at 70 just seems like a lot to me for that game specifically. Seems like the kind of game you'd be excited for. I mean, yeah, I could definitely see myself getting excited. It's very possible that I just haven't seen enough about it. It does look pretty funny, but I also just like it's too much of an unknown for me to want to like immediately go for a $70 game. But if I see more trailers, you might end up seeing me going, oh, I got Pokepia. I'd be after it, but I don't have a Switch 2. Yeah. I mean, I do have that, so that's at least working for me. I don't know. I kind of want to look it up to see like if I actually would like enjoy it a bunch, but like I also don't want to spend an extra $70. So maybe the ignorance is bliss in this situation. Do we think it's smart for me to, like, respawn things by, like, swapping a region without going in, like, a building? Respawn these. It does not. So we have to go into the building. Let me actually go heal real quick. So theoretically, if I do this, and I just look for aura farming Electric, and then if I don't see any, I just loop on back to the Pokemon Center. Is that like better? Or should I just get more encounters? Probably should just get more encounters, right? This is a lot of time for, like, the 3% chance. Whereas, this is still, like, you know, 1 in 1,000 something, right? Or a farming Electric is crazy. Keep just one mon on you, kill everything you encounter, and see if you get a shiny or a level 100 first. I would if it weren't for the fact that killing them takes so much longer. Also, if I were to run into the shiny, I would want to have something that has, like, sleep or something like that. So, like, I think I have flower for that. Let me look at its moves real quick. It has sing, yeah. So I plan on singing, and then just trying to catch it. Whereas if I were to be like attacking everything, I would probably put Deglay up front, who does not have anything to put things to sleep or make it easier to catch them. Yeah, Growl is the only thing that it has that isn't an attacking move. Obviously, Astonish could possibly paralyze it, but We don't want to... It's going to one-shot. Encounters in this game really are slow. Like, let me see. Is there any way to make this any faster? Battle attacks off. Set style. Send the boxes manual. Give making sure. Don't use. Okay. Cool. I don't think that's going to do anything, but... Yeah, it doesn't. Who's ready for that fat-ass snowstorm? I don't know if I'm even getting a snowstorm. We had snow yesterday. Loser. I mean, it happens. I live in New England. We get a decent amount of snow. Sid, welcome in. Thank you so much for being a member for 2 months. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. Hello. Hello there. I'm good. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I'm doing just fine myself. Just trying to get a shiny Manectric. I really wish there was a way to, like, speed up the encounter rate here. Like, if there's a way to, like, cancel the animation of it like, doing its call and stuff like that. No more against it. Nope, I don't want it. I swear, if that was a shiny, I would have been so pissed. Can I, like, press back? I can. Right. Last night, my time, I went to the movies, but what do you think I watched? Genuinely have no idea what's out nowadays. Um, I'm gonna take a wild swing and say it was it was like a replaying of like an 80s movie or something like that. Like you saw the Return of the Jedi in theaters because they were doing like a playing of it, showing of it in a movie theater. I'm headed to bed. All right, have a good night, Doodle. Thank you so much for joining and hanging out. Hope you have a good night, and hope to see you again soon. Should I put one-handed mode on? Maybe I should. Let me try it. Hey, look at that. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 on a school night. Oh, wow. Wait, there's a second Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Didn't the first one just come out? I mean, not like just, but like, didn't come out like maybe a year ago? Or has the passage of time just completely lapped me at this point? Damn it. There's a second one. That's crazy. Also, my eye hurts a little bit because Lola punched me. I was laying down next to her, trying to help her settle down so she could fall asleep, and then, you know, I was gonna leave the room obviously to go stream and stuff like that. And I'm like laying down next to her, and I was like scratching her chest, and she does this thing where, like, if you're not petting her to her liking, she will take her paw and like pull your hand towards her, which is very cute and also very annoying if she keeps doing it. But she tried doing that, but because I was laying on the bed, she just took her paw and just right on my eye. It freaking hurt, man. Like, she obviously didn't mean to do it, but like it hurt. It still kind of hurts. So the only problem with me getting the 500 battles now is now it's even more mind-numbing to get encounters. Lola had to teach you a lesson. Clearly, just pulling your hand wasn't getting the point across. To be fair, yeah, kinda. I was not petting her chest like she wanted me to. Granted, it was not effective in getting me to then pet her chest because I was too busy cradling my eye, but you know, it still works. Mostly. I can only see purple out of that eye, but it still works. I need to get on my competitive grind for Marvel Rivals. It's just time consuming is all. And the real problem with Marvel Rivals for me is that like a big part of the reason I was playing so much was that I had a group of friends that I was playing with fairly often, and you know it was fun to like play with them because like we had like good team synergy and stuff like that, and you know they are pretty good at the game, so you know it was fun to queue up with them, and they all moved on to Battlefield, and have kind of dropped Marvel Rivals since, and like I still play it. But solo queuing is just not nearly as fun. And with stream, being like on while also trying to play that game well is tiring. You know, like streaming is like not super duper strenuous, but like in terms of like being entertaining, it is more like emotionally exhausting than just kind of like chilling here, saying nothing, and kind of doing whatever while listening to like a podcast or like an audiobook or something like that, or watching anime. So, you know, in general, it has to be like a game that like I am inexhaustive with, for me to be able to like stream it for a really long time. And I'm not sure if Marvel Rivals is that game. So, that part of it for me is that like I kind of lost my venue to play with like people I know in that game, but like even if I were to stream it, I can't do competitive because you and Crunchy are both too high ranked for me, because you both did competitive before. I had like one half of a season where I did competitive like a few times and got to like Silver 1, and that was it. So I'm at like Bronze 3 because I never do competitive, which, you know, I don't think I'm actually that, but like it's just a grind to get up to like my actual level, and especially when I'm like solo queuing and dealing with all of the nonsense that comes with solo queuing. It's just tiring, and I've kind of like I still really enjoy playing the game. I just have like not had. It's less fun doing it like regularly when it's just me. Like when I'm actually in the game itself, and like using those skills and stuff like that, I still have a ton of fun with it. It's just that, you know, the circumstances around the game have made it so that it's less enjoyable because I'm not playing with friends. Found and broke my first bonus ball for the survey for DLC and Legends. Ah, nice. No. Now, Za, I definitely have found that I can play that one pretty much. Like I can do that one for a while before I get tired. Usually, the logistics around when I have to go to bed kick in before my tiredness does. Except for every once in a while when I get really bad sleep the night before, and then I find myself like. Have you ever had those moments like in class or something like that where like you're like you find your mind wandering, and all of a sudden you just like feel like a little bit like you're like you like were about to like fall, and you like caught yourself, type of thing. I every once in a while I'll have that happen. I'm like, that should not be happening during stream. So I usually end it off pretty soon after that starts happening. Even if like I'm having fun with the game, just because I'm like, I can't have that happen. Crunchy is too high rank for you. I haven't done ranked in like 2 seasons. Oh, okay, well maybe we'll do a stream of it then, and you and I can try and grind it. Because I do want to grind it and see like how good I actually am based on the ranking system. I feel like I'm probably like a gold, or maybe a diamond. I don't know. But I think that I'll probably be around the same rank as you and Crunchy got at your peak and stuff like that. But I've just never, gone through and actually grinded competitive specifically. Honestly, lately I've been doing a lot of just practice versus AI to like grind stats. I've basically just been playing as either Scarlet Witch or Cloak and Dagger in practice versus AI, and then just grinding a bunch of kills, damage, and heals to be able to like get as many purple coins as possible so that I can get more outfits. Oh, we got an aura farmer. Damn. My peak is plat and Crunchy's is diamond. Is diamond lower than plat or vice versa? Because in Rocket League, plat is lower than diamond. Diamond is higher? Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I would get to platinum. Maybe I'd get to diamond, but in one season, probably not. Coming from specifically from bronze 3, I don't know if I would be able to put in enough time to get to diamond. I think like skill level, I might plateau at platinum. But I could also, it's also possible that I would plateau at diamond. I don't know for sure. But I don't think I'm getting much higher than that. And I don't think I'm doing it in one season. Gold, plat, diamond, Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, one above all. Gotcha. We got another space-time distortion. That's why I'm not playing right now. Setting it up. Go. Wedges. One above all is the game's version of top 500. Gotcha. Yeah, definitely not getting anywhere near like Grandmaster or anything like that. I don't think I'm not that good at the game, but like I think I am genuinely like a good healer. I can't play like DPS. I'm very hit or miss. Sometimes, most of the time, literally. Like sometimes I just can't hit the broadside of a barn, and then I'll randomly have like a time where I like get like pentakills because I'm just like hitting everything. So I definitely struggle with that. Tank, I just don't really know how to play very well. And then healer, I feel like I'm pretty good at, all things considered. That's not Tony. That's true. It is not Tony. But we were looking for a shiny Manectric. Welcome to the stream, Pun. Appreciate you coming in. My ability greatly depends on how bad my ping is. Yeah, that's that is a very unfortunate part of it. For me, I'm very lucky that my internet never really causes me issues, especially on the Xbox. It is like a novelty to me, just like how unconcerned I can be about like having like disconnections and having game loading slowly, or like I can just play the game, and it's so nice. Tried to play a game last night and fully disconnected. I had to set up a hotspot on my phone just to play proper. Jeez, when the hotspot can work better than your internet, that's rough. I don't want the Lulu. Damn it. I really would love to get like better at Rocket League too. My internet should get better in a few days. It's probably just at this monthly limit. Yeah, we have I don't think we have a limit. I don't think that's how that works in our plan. Oops. But yeah, I want to see how good I am at Marvel Rivals according to the game. Last year I had the goal of getting up to Diamond in Rocket League, like consistently for 3v3, and I did hit Diamond a few times, but I like would play hopscotch with it, and then we'd have a losing streak, and I go back down to Plat. And now with like the new season, they like reorged the ranks a bit, and now I'm like Plat 2, D4 to Plat 3, D1. Like I'm just in that range. So like I'm vaguely close, but like I just can't, like my account has so many games on it at this point that like it takes a lot of games to like have it be like a significant swing. And we just, you know, the matchmaking is good enough that we get a very like even split of, oh, we win this game, we lose this game. Like we're winning about 50% of our games, which is just kind of stable. And unfortunately, the guys I'm playing with, their accounts are like ranked slightly higher because they both like, these are both like their second accounts. So they got rid of a lot of their matches where they were, you know, silver 1 and terrible, and we were like really lowly ranked. So their accounts have slightly higher rankings because they only included like the more recent games where we're better at the game. So whenever I hit like Plat 3, D3 or something like that, they're hitting Diamond, and because there's a Diamond on our team now, we're now facing against Diamond players and having the competitiveness against the Diamonds, and then, you know, so we're like losing a little bit more often because we're facing Diamonds, but I'm not Diamond. So it's like the worst of all worlds. Oh, also, Space-Time Distortion just formed, so let me swap. Come on, give me a shiny special summon. None of those are shiny. Thought I heard a special spell. Get back here. Okay. Yep, and there's the third. Okay, I'm gonna figure out how many space-time distortions I've gotten by the next time I stream. That is a goal, is to figure out how many total space-time distortions I've gotten since this game, since I got this game. Only on this playthrough, let's say. I'm not gonna count the ones from my replay series. Not that I think there's that many anyway. Because I'm really curious how bad my luck has been with finding shiny special spawns. Did you hear the drama going on with Rivals tournament that happened very recently? Yes, I did hear about that. One of my buddies who I used to play with all the time was talking about it, and like how there was like a guy who got like kicked out of the tournament because he was saying that someone should not play as Black Widow because she wasn't like good for the she was like very vulnerable if there were like certain team builds and stuff like that, and then like basically just got like called out for like cyberbullying or something like that, and then ended up the person that like basically accused him ended up going like 1-8 in the tournament or something like that. That was the gist I got from my friend. Player got kicked was one of the highest ranked players in the entire game. Yeah. He was like he's like the top ranked Magic player in the world or something like that. Which is insane. And also, like, I am not one of the top-ranked players in the world, and even I know that Black Widow is not exactly the most viable sometimes. Like, granted, in my mind, the reason she's not viable is that, like, from my experience, most people can't aim for shit with her, and she just does nothing. But, like, even if you have someone who's, like, really good at that, like, she just doesn't put out enough damage to be able to, justify like how targeted and non-covering her attack is. Oh, we're getting a Snuggie raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you're doing well. For those of you who are new here, my name's Ectric. I am a PokeTuber by trade. I play a bunch of Pokemon stuff and do mostly like the collectathon aspects of Pokemon, like shiny hunting or completing the Pokédex and living decks. I sometimes do nuzlocking and stuff like that, but it's very rare compared to like the shiny hunting aspect and stuff. But we also do a bunch of other variety, like Baldur's Gate. We've been achievement hunting in that. I'm doing a new Stardew Valley playthrough where I don't farm. And we also do like chat interactive stuff like Jackbox or Marvel Rivals, a whole bunch of different stuff. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, consider liking the stream and subscribing to the channel so that you can see more of that in the future. Regardless, though, thank you so much for joining in on that raid. I really, really appreciate all of you coming in. Thank you so much, Snuggy, for the raid. Everyone in my chat, go check out Snuggy if you've not already. Ellie was kind enough to post the link. Go show some love. Snuggy, thank you so much. Oh, you were streaming Jackbox. There you go. We also do that from time to time. So if you had fun with that, maybe you can come in and join on our next Jackbox stream as well. But hopefully it was a good time. Our stream is going pretty well. We have not gotten any shinies in either game that we're playing. But we did get to 500 battles against Ectric, which means that now we've got the maximum chance of spawning the brilliant golden aura Electrics, which have like a boosted shiny rate. So we maximized our shiny chances, despite the fact that it's like kind of the it's like a very minimal boost, because it's only boosting like 3% of Pokemon, and the boost is only like probably like doubling to tripling your odds from like 1 in 1,000 something to 1 in 585 or something like that. But it's still better than nothing. Ugh. But yeah, we're looking for Electric in Pokemon Shield. Almost said Sword, it's Shield. I am doing, this is part of a larger series where I play through every game that you can catch an Electric or Manectric in. And I hardcore nuzlocke it until you get to the point where you can get the shiny, until you can like hunt for the shiny Electric or Manectric, and then I start shiny hunting. This is the second game in the series. We did Pokemon Emerald first, and last year, around I think May, we were able to get the shiny there just under odds in like 7,000 encounters, 7,000 something encounters, and then we swapped over to Sword and Shield, and we've been doing that one ever since. We're at almost 1,500 or over 1,500 encounters. I don't stream this series all that often, which is why the count is so low comparatively to like how long IRL it's been. But it's still a fun series that we do from time to time. I'm also going for space-time distortions in Legends Arceus because I am trying for a shiny living dex in that game, and specifically a shiny living dex made up of only Pokemon I've caught in that specific playthrough. No traded mons, no mons caught in another game. It's all caught only in that save file. And so the Pokemon that only spawn in Space-Time Distortions are really the only ones I have left. So I basically, whenever I stream any game that is not already on the Switch, I'm playing this on the Switch too. If I play any game that doesn't involve the Switch, I on the side will have the Switch running, spawning Space-Time Distortions, so that we can get some shiny hunting done in those whenever they spawn, because they take so long to spawn. Also, that was the 3% Golden Aura Electric that had the higher chances to be a shiny. It wasn't, but it was a higher chance. Oh, I forgot. I put this in casual mode so I could use one. I could play one hand. Get out of my face. I feel like every Pikachu I've run into today by accident has all been female, weirdly enough. They've had the rounded tail every single time. Granted, I've only run into like 3 or 4, but still. Something to note. I'm thinking that the Pokemon challenges I want to do for the foreseeable future. Obviously, we want to keep our Ultimate Hardcore Shiny Manectric Hunt going. I also want to be doing the PLA Shiny Living Dex. That's a big one. And then, in the short term, finishing up the Living Dex for Legend Za would be great. And then I want to start working on a Shiny Living Dex in Legend Za, because that one has been... I've been having a lot of fun shiny hunting in that. That's been a treat to just how many shinies I can possibly get in those hyperspace distortions. Obviously, it is going to be similarly sucky when I start getting to the point where I need specific mons and not just a mon. Because you can't guarantee, like, most of the... you can't just guarantee what's going to show up in distortion. And that's, like, the best place to shiny hunt. It was with the distortions from the DLC. And then also the fact that, like, you know, it just, you know, it's a lot of, like, resetting the same area over and over again type of thing. But, like, for now, I'm really enjoying, like, the method of just kind of, like, warp a bunch of times and then just run around, because it saves all of the shinies and doesn't respawn those, but it does respawn everything else immediately. So you kind of just warp a bunch to roll a bunch of encounters immediately. It automatically filters out all of the shinies, and then you can just run around and check. So it's a lot of fun, although the only problem is it's a little bit uninteresting to like look at as you're doing it, because you're just warping over and over again, and it's a lot of menuing versus like wandering around the map and stuff like that. So that's been my only real qualm with it, but I'm excited for it, at least until it gets to the point where I have to like actually be like looking for specific Pokemon and I start getting a lot of duplicates and stuff like that. At the very least, when we get to the point where we have to do like the more tedious runs, it's gonna be a lot easier to like target, because we can actually spawn a lot of the ones that will theoretically need just from the the main map. Like I can go to like the different wild areas and just respawn those over and over again, rather than having to in this game, or sorry, in PLA, rather than like in PLA, having to hope for an MMO to show up or hope for an outbreak to show up. I can like say, okay, in this area of the map, I can get a bunch of encounters of this Pokemon in a row. Let's go for it, type of thing. Also, a space-time distortion is starting to form, so I'm going to fly there real quick. But yeah, I think that, at least for the time being, it's going to be fun to shiny hunt in there. I think the things I want to focus on are, I think I'm realizing more that the things I find fun are filling out a Pokédex and filling out a living dex, a shiny living dex. Like those are the ones that it's just like the completionist, fill in the blanks aspect of those things really tickles, my ADHD brain. Getting a checklist and being able to finish it is wonderful. So I think that I want to generally do those types of challenges more. And I think part of that is going to be, the shiny hunting aspect of it. But also, I think I'm going to bring back the BDSP Pokédex completion series that I started in like 2022 and then dropped after like 2 streams. I think I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to start doing that in some of the older games that I haven't beaten yet, or I haven't completed a dex in. I want to complete a dex in every mainline game, if I can. TJP, welcome in. Or sorry, TJ, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in on that late snuggy raid. I appreciate you. But yeah, so I want to work on the BDSP one. I think I'm gonna go like backwards order type of thing. Open my trending among friends thing on Steam, and over half the games came from you. I have gotten a lot of games. I went on a spree of just downloading a bunch of free ones, so I apologize if I'm flooding your feed with random freeware slop. I was looking for a bunch of games that could possibly be achievement hunting ones. Shows 12 games and you're 7 of them. What are the 7? I'm curious now. Oh yeah, also, one of the games that I had mentioned earlier that Marvel Rivals kind of fell by the wayside when all my buddies started playing Battlefield instead. At first, it was literally just me like playing Marvel Rivals by myself as they played Battlefield because I didn't have it and it was $70 and I didn't want to spend $70 on a game that I wasn't sure I would enjoy that much. That wasn't really my style. But eventually, I was like, listen, if I have to pay $0 for the game, I will play it. Like, if I get it for free, I will play it. But I'm not gonna buy it. And then my 3 friends were just like, I can afford $20. So they ended up all Venmoing me money to be able to buy it. And I feel very bad because like that it was genuinely a really nice thing for them to do, and I wasn't trying to like bait them into buying me a game or anything like that. Gonna head out. Good luck with the shiny hand. Thanks so much, Snuggy. I appreciate it. Everyone, again, go show Snuggy some love if you have not. Go show the channel some love and drop a like, drop a sub, all that good stuff. Have a good night, Snuggy. Thank you for the raid. But yeah, so I wasn't intending on baiting them into like buying the game for me, but they did end up doing that. And at first, I got it on the Xbox because I was like, if my computer's gonna explode if it tries to run this game. So I got it on the Xbox and like it downloaded just fine, but in order to play multiplayer, I have to have the Xbox Game Pass. You can't play multiplayer online multiplayer for that game without Xbox Game Pass, which is like a monthly fee. And so I was like, well, that's really sucky. So I ended up refunding the game on Xbox and getting it on Steam and downloading it on my computer. And I just throw it at the lowest possible graphical settings. And it takes me like twice as long as everyone else to load into the game. So I'm sitting there for like 1 to 2 minutes while they're like actively playing the game, sitting there watching it slowly crawl up from 50% to like 60% loaded. And then once I join into a game, for the first like 30 seconds to a minute, I can't see my own gun. I can't see any of the other players on the map. I can see the indicators for where my friends are and theoretically where the enemies are, but I can't see their actual like physical characters. So for the first minute, I am just literally running blind, hoping that I don't run into an enemy. that kills me because I can't see them. It does not run well on my computer whatsoever, but I can play the game. Any paid game needs Game Pass on Xbox, only free games don't need it. It's really dumb. Really fucking dumb. Button That Destroys the Earth, Battlefield 6, BG3, Sonic Racing, Cross Worlds, Game About Digging a Hole, Leica, and Ultimate Chicken Horse. Oh, okay, so those are all the ones that I've been playing, like, recently. Button That Destroys the Earth, I have 25 hours in now, mostly because of all the testing that I was running on it. I think I played a total of, like, 10 minutes on stream, and then, ended up spending, like, maybe, like, 12 hours, or, like, 14 hours, like, running tests and stuff like that on it, and then the actual run itself was like, or no, so it was like 8 hours of testing, including like 5 hours of I forgot to close it after I was done testing it, so it just was running in the background until I checked later that day and was like, oh, I left this open, whoops. And then the actual run was like 9.5 hours, and then it was sitting idle for another like hour or so after I beat it. So, yeah, 25 hours really doesn't indicate how much I enjoyed the game, how good the game was, how much I actually physically played the game, and then the other ones, Battlefield 6 was the one I was just talking about. BG3, obviously, playing the shit out of that. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds was a game that one of my college buddies got the entire like friend group that I do game nights on Friday with. He gifted it to all of us for Christmas, and it's basically Sonic Mario Kart, but the online, I kind of like it because it is legitimately just one match at a time. So we'll play, but like there's really no stress because it's like one match and then you move on to the next one and it's exactly the same. Like there's no count of how many times someone has won a match. There's no count. There's no like, oh, I did poorly in this one, so like this entire run of 4 games is lost. It's just one match at a time. Forget it and move on. So I really like that aspect of it. And also, like, the power-ups and stuff are pretty fun. So I've been enjoying that one. That's another one that I think I could theoretically do some decent work on getting achievement hunting for. But I would have to, like, actively work towards it online. And then a lot of it is, like, the offline, like, grinding of all of the maps and stuff like that. So it's theoretically possible. I probably won't play it enough to do it, but, you know. So that one's pretty good. Game About Digging a Hole, we streamed again recently. That I just need to speedrun, and then I've 100%ed it. Leica, again, I just gotta finish it. Although it's a lot of fun, and I would consider speedrunning it at some point. And then Ultimate Chicken Horse. We've been playing that a little bit more recently, as well. That's another one that I think I could achievement hunt if I put my mind to it. And we could probably do that online. The only problem with that is there's a lot of achievements where it's like, do this 100 times, and it's like you can only really do it like a couple times per like entire round. Like it's like have a comeback victory 10 times or something like that. Like that's 10 rounds where I would have to start off doing poorly and then come back and win it. Like unless I'm like dedicating streams where we like actively try to get me the achievement, it's probably not going to come up very quickly or organically. So it's going to be like, if we do end up doing that, it's going to end up being like, oh, I need to like set up the stream, and we're going to have to like all agree, okay, you guys, we're going to build it and play it so that this time Crunchy is going to win, and I'm going to come in second so that I get points, but I don't get the first points because one of the achievements is win without any extra points, so I can't like have one in first. I can't set any traps and get points because someone died to my traps. So we have to like, we're gonna have to like do a very specific like cooperative playing of this game so that I can get the achievements, which could be fun, but you know, it's a lot of coordination. It's your top played in the past 2 weeks. That's very funny. Sonic Mario Kart with Hatsune Miku and Joker from Persona. Yes, exactly. Oh, also, I got another Space-Time Distortion form, so, oops. That's not a Manectric, or an Electric. This is the one I wanted. Let's get ourselves to 1580, and then I'll swap over. I bought Crossworlds just for Miku. It only played for 2 hours total. I probably wouldn't have gotten it if it hadn't been gifted to me, but having had it gifted to me and playing it just like with some friends, it's a pretty fun low stakes Mario Kart. I have enjoyed it more than I thought I would, because like Mario Kart, I generally enjoy it for like a bit, but then like it's really just I don't like to play it for too long because I get more and more competitive around it, and I am not good enough at it to be able to just be naturally good at it, and I don't like the game enough to be able to put in the hours to like get good at it through effort. But my competitive brain really doesn't. It's a game where I can't like find an alternate way to be competitive about it that allows me to like not care whether I like objectively win or lose, because I'm like trying to do something else. Like my brain is competitive about pretty much everything, and I am desperately not trying to like make it everyone else's problem. So like it's a lot of like keeping that bottled in type of thing, and trying to and the general method I have is either I play games that I'm good at and I can win, that are low stakes, and it doesn't like it doesn't like if I lose one match, it doesn't really matter because it's like not that big a deal, like it's very quick type of thing, or games where I can have an alternate goal other than like the objective, like winning or losing. Like the biggest example I would think is the card game Mao. I don't know if any of you have played it. Basically, it's a game where you can't say the rules, and you basically have to learn the rules by playing the game. The basic gist of like the play style is a little bit like Crazy Eights, in that you play cards that either match the suit or the number, and your goal is to like get rid of your hand. But there are rules that you have to follow, and if you don't follow them, you get penalized and given an extra card. And through getting penalized, you have to figure out what the rules are, and every time someone wins a round, they make a new rule that everyone then has to follow. They won't. You don't say the rule beforehand. People have to figure it out. I've definitely heard of Mao. Long Dead. Mao Lock is the only reason. Yeah. I'm planning on bringing that back at some point. But yeah, so. Oh shoot! I said it 1580. Didn't I? Well, I'm at 1586. We'll go to 1590. It's fine. But yeah, so that card game is like a perfect example of like working well with my competitiveness, and that it's a big reason why I love that game. Because the only reason I am competitive about it and wants to win is so that I can get to come up with a new rule and generally make a funny rule that like makes the gameplay wacky. Like I don't my goal isn't to win for like, oh, I I won this many hands, the number was higher, I win, haha. It's much more a perfunctory aspect of, I want to get to win this hand so that I can make it so that every time a 5 is played, someone has to say falafel, because that's fucking funny. And hearing the my friend who has like a really deep voice say falafel is funny. Or making it so that you have to say every other rule twice, so that you have to, like, you know, say falafel, and like messing with people's, like, making people say funny things, making it so that you, like, mess with people's expectations of the rules and stuff like that. That is the winning aspect to me, quote unquote, is coming up with the most entertaining rules. And winning a hand is just a means to an end for that ultimate alternative goal. And, you know, winning that form of winning makes everyone have fun. And so I can feel free to be as competitive as I want in that aspect, because I then get to make it more fun for everyone else and make it a better time for everyone else. And so, like, games like that where I can come up with some sort of alternative method of being competitive that is much more, like, collaborative or makes it a better time for people is, like, the ultimate goal for me. Level 2 butter obtained. Let's go! Alright, we are going to swap over to PLA now, because we have a space distortion. Right. Honestly, I really need to look this up at some point of whether special spawns are shiny locked, because Jesus Christ. Really? Anyway. Please and thank you. Rats. They definitely aren't shiny locked, you're just bad? Okay, good. I would much prefer that I'm bad than that I've been wasting my time for years. And also, it makes my shiny living dex even more incomplete than it already is going to be when all is said and done. Because, like, obviously all of the legends are shiny locked, so I'm already not going to be able to get those. Unless I, like, do DAs or whatever. Which I might do anyway and just transfer them over, but if I then also had to do that for, like, freaking Bastiodon, it would feel worse and really be demoralizing. So I'm glad that it's just that they're incredibly hard to spawn, and not that they're impossible to spawn. Even if it, like, by proxy means that I have a lot of, like, intensely grueling grind to do to be able to get it. I'd rather have that grueling grind and then, you know, have the possibility, rather than have no possibility and then just have, like, the final product be less satisfying. You wasting your time for years would be funny. That is true. It also would have been really funny because that means the entire time I was posting the daily space-time distortion, not a single person would have mentioned, "Hey, why are you doing that? They're shiny locked." Which would have been also incredibly funny. Alright, we're going to try and spawn maybe one more, and then we'll go to bed. Because it is almost 1 in the morning. Alright. All set there. Now let's just pop you out. Turn you off for a minute. I still have plenty of charge, damn. You should really start doing that again? Yeah. I'm planning on learning DaVinci Resolve to use as an editing software instead, because Adobe After Effects is just becoming such a hassle, and it doesn't work well on my computer. So I'm hoping that I can get my laptop to be my editing device, just because it will only be used to run that, so it'll be able to be solely dedicated to like running that software. And I'm hoping to use DaVinci Resolve because it'll hopefully work better, and then I can stop paying $20 a month for freaking After Effects. Oh right, I should probably turn on the game. Once we start Grounded, I'll have an incredible short for you. Oh boy. Yeah, I think maybe I'll start planning to like do it like maybe like twice a week or something like that. Just like set aside 2 days a week to post shorts as like a very mild like ramp back up. I don't think I think I need to not push myself to go once a day. I think that burnt me out on it, and is a reason I stopped doing it. But I think that, you know, if I'm able to, at the very least, do 2 a week, I think that's doable, and then I can start pushing from there to go like 3, 4. Once a day is a lot. Yes, it was a lot, and I think that it was probably like it was helpful, because I definitely grew from it, but like it's just too much, and it basically guarantees that all I'm posting is just like 1-for-1 clips with the amount of editing you use. I mean, to be honest, the amount of editing I use is not as much as I feel like it should be. Like I feel like my editing is minimal. Like obviously the subtitles are a bit of work, but I had that automated basically. So it basically basically the main issue was just like transcribing the shorts. That took time, and then like marking off where in like the clip the words should change. But once I had those marked off, I could just use a script to be able to automatically make it so that the text would change with those markers. Please read last comments. I did read about the level 2 butter. And then the other one was first rogue Mega X down. Nice. I can get you quite a few shorts out of me torturing you and grounded. Oh boy. Yeah, I need to like go back through my catalog and see what clips I could pull from streams, because I haven't been nearly as diligent with like marking off like possible short ideas since I stopped posting them regularly. So I would have to go through and like actually like recall segments of streams and stuff like that. Probably still a bunch left in Party Animal streams. Oh yeah, that like there's a bunch of content still from a while ago that I could pull from, in addition to like all of the stuff for like more recently. But like I just like the way I would do it is every time there was something like even vaguely interesting that could be turned into a short, I would use my timestamp program and mark it off as like a possible short, and then I would go back at all those points and be like, that's actually not as interesting as I thought it was at the time, or like it's interesting but like there's too much context that needs to be done, or I'd be like, oh, that's pretty funny, and then sometimes it'd be like, oh, there's like 2 sections here like that I could split into like 2 separate shorts, and I can get 2 out of this one timestamp like type of thing. So like I would do that, but like recently I haven't been using that marker really at all, just because I haven't been like in the mindset of making shorts, so I don't think to press it when something interesting happens lately. Like me getting a 3K and clutching an entire round that you never made a short. Yes, I still remember that. I'm pretty sure I did. I swear I made that. I'm pretty sure I did. I remember editing that. That was actually one of the ones that I did more editing for too. Maybe I'm mistaking it for a different time you clutched, but there's definitely at least one time I made a short of you like absolutely clutching. You know what? Well, it's fine. After this one, I'll look and see, look through the shorts and see if I can find it. I'm gonna go back and look. Oh, okay, then there, you do it then. Yeah, better than you than me. You don't have to also simultaneously entertain people while you're trying to do it. I gotta say, I do really like the look of this area with like the wheat plants and stuff like that. I like the fields of wheat. It's a nice change of pace compared to like just the regular grass. It's a fun look. You know, maybe what I can do is, I mean, to be fair, I kind of sort of already do this, and I don't know that it would necessarily, people would necessarily do it, and I don't know how helpful it would end up being, but like, I feel like it could be interesting to add like a or repurpose the clips text channel on the Discord and be like, hey, post things that you post like timestamps of like parts of streams that you think could be turned into fun shorts on the channel type of thing, and then I could, like, you know, give credit to the person who clipped it and stuff like that in the short or something like that. I feel like that could be an interesting way to go about it, to like get ideas for like possible shorts and stuff like that. Granted, alternatively, I can just, you know, go back to posting or like putting timestamps down when it's interesting thing that's happened, but it's just like it could be good to have like more input on like, oh, this was an interesting thing that happened that you might have missed, type of thing, or you might have forgotten about. There we go. No. It was a different clutch? Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because I did definitely make a short of you clutching, and like I put some effort into it. Like I think I put like background music and everything. Like I gave you your dues. 1v2 that won the entire game for us. Gotcha. Well, I'll go back and look and see if I can find that 1v3. Although I gotta say that 1v2 was very impressive. So I don't remember exactly the 3K that you did. I'm sure it was impressive, but like that one was like just like top notch, like clutch play. So I don't know if you can beat that necessarily with the even with the 3K. One was kind of a shared short between me and Dubito winning the game after we were 2-0, and you just dying every time. Truly did. Good times. Listen, I also have my fair share of moments. Like I can clutch up when I want to as well, but like I definitely have my moments where I just like completely shit the bed and dead weight. And called it out in the comments of one of the shorts. That sounds about right. My 1v3 was on the castle map, and the 1v2 was black hole. Oh, the castle map. Oh, I think I'm remembering. I'm remembering that the map a bit more. Now that you mentioned the map, I'll go back and find it. The shinies were a Spritzy and a Pancham. Nice. Congratulations. I probably should go to bed soon. Came across the one Larry short. I need to bring Larry. I need to bring Larry back on the channel. He's been gone for too long. Problem is, I don't know which game I would want him to play. I think I'm going to go until we have either 1650 encounters or one more Space-Time Distortion. For one... Oh god, Larry BG3 playthrough. Oh, yeah, that we might have to do that. That's very funny. That is very funny. Yeah. I might have to introduce him to BG3. Well, the Super Bowl's coming around, so he might be losing some bets soon and need some more money. I'm a genius. That is a very good idea. You might finally get me to play, or you might finally get a person on my stream to play a male character. Because I don't think Larry's going to want to play as a female character. He'll be like, I don't play any. I ain't playing as a woman. He definitely won't play a female character. Yeah, for sure. But he also will 100% try to romance at least one of them. Without a doubt.
These are strange circumstances that have brought us together.
I don't know. Streams is not that strange, all things considered. You're gonna see one of the countless gay moments and go on a 20-minute rant about the frogs. To break the fourth wall for just a moment, that is my one problem with Larry, is that like I genuinely don't want like I don't think I want him to like have like genuine bigoted moments, but like also that is kind of the character. So like it's a tough balance of like I don't think I want video of me saying those actual things, but you know, in like a comedic way, I could probably like have a moment where he's just like but yeah, I think that is a very good idea. Baldur's Gate 3 is a great... The only problem is he is going to be so incredibly confused and lost for so long because it's like such a steep learning curve. At that point, you break character after you say it and be like, this is not serious, it's merely a character. I mean, yeah, but also like that kind of like ruins it as well. What class would he be though? I feel like he would have to be some sort of like barbarian. Like it has to be punch. I don't think he understands enough. He's gonna understand enough to be able to do like spells and stuff. He'll get halfway through the game and be like, why are all these characters doing like so much better? And I think maybe I'll be off screen like controlling the other characters just like help him out. But like I feel like he's gonna be like, why are your characters doing so so much more damage than me. I want to shoot fireballs like halfway through like Act 2 or something like that. He'll finally figure that out. But like for the beginning, he's definitely gonna be like, I want to make someone who can punch people. And then when I suggest monk, he'd be like, no, fuck that religious shit. In D&D, he would be an artificer, so he can make and use a yeah, that'd be pretty funny. Yeah, Larry 100% goes to the firing range like once a month. But he definitely goes to one of those ones where he can use like grenade launchers and stuff like that. Like or it's either grenade launchers or like really historical guns. Like he'll be using like an M1 carbine or M1 Garand or something like that. Like he'll be using like the historical weapons and like the ones that blow shit up. He's not gonna be shooting just like a regular like rifle all that often or like a pistol or something like that. He's gonna be going specifically for like the fun ones. But he definitely goes to the range often and also owns like 3 or 4 guns. No doubt. Folks are big fans of Darkest Dungeon because of the narrator, perhaps? I've never heard of Darkest Dungeon, so I have no idea. So you just said historical weapons. My first thought was also the M1 Garand. Yeah. I've actually shot that one before. That one's a fun gun. I am not by any means a gun guy. I have only shot guns a couple times, but when I went to a bachelor party last year, we went to a shooting range, and they had like a bunch of different like varieties, including like a grenade launcher. They had like sniper rifles and stuff like that. Like they had some interesting bigger guns and stuff like that. I only did first of all, the grenade launcher was like $100 to like shoot it once, so absolutely was not going to be doing that because it was a waste of money. But they did have like the M1 Garand and stuff like that. They had some older weapons and stuff like that. So I tried the M1 Garand and one other one, I think, as well as just like a regular rifle and a regular pistol and stuff like that. It's too iconic. Yeah. Honestly, I would love to try a musket one day. Like just from beginning to end, figure out how to shoot a musket. That would be interesting to me. To get gun there, sniper rifles would have been insane for you with no experience. Yeah, I mean, I have a little I've shot a couple times with my growing up. My father he owns a couple guns actually, but he had specifically a rifle that he would bring up to my grandparents' place, and they have like 40 acres of land. So he would like set up like targets way away from the house, and he would like do shooting practice, like basically build a homemade shooting range in their on their property, making sure to shoot away from any houses and stuff like that. It's rural enough that you can actually do that. And a couple times I joined him and shot a couple times and stuff like that. Did a little bit of target practice. It was never much, and I was always very nervous around it, so I didn't really do it often. But I did have a little bit of experience of it, and also experience with like general gun safety and stuff like that. And then this most recent time was very, very like gun safety focused, and it was like more about like teaching you how to shoot the different weapons and stuff like that. So we got practice with like making sure to hold it correctly, making sure to brace ourselves so that we're like you're not like missing your shots because of the kickback and stuff like that. So there was a little bit of instruction around that, but for sure the kickback on the sniper would have been crazy. You might have broken a bone. I don't know. I'm also pretty solid, so there is more mass to for it to kick back into, as well. So like I generally am like, I like obviously, you know, if you're not expecting it and you don't know how it feels, it can surprise you and knock you back and stuff like that. But like, I feel like at the very least I would be like I am aware enough of that a kickback is going to be happening, and I have enough mass on me to be able to like handle the, you know, unexpected aspect of how much. If it's in the wrong spot, it can easily break your collarbone. Yeah. I didn't shoot a sniper rifle, so it's a moot point. But yeah, I'm the kind of person where if it's something like that where there's even like the chance that I'm gonna get hurt or something like that, I am so like overly like I will ask a million questions before I even try it to make sure I'm not fucking up. So I would definitely be like overly cautious with the kickback and stuff like that.
In before a line of angry toads from a train car enters Ectric's room and yelling at him one by one.
What a very specific and weird image to conjure in my head. I like it. Even just normal rifle can if not handled properly. Yeah. The place that I went to last year, they were you were not going to be able to misuse a gun if you tried. They had someone standing right there, repositioning you before you and making you take practice shots without any bullets in the gun before you even got a chance to take a shot. Like there was no way you were going to be able to F it up that badly, because they just had someone standing like hovering over you the entire time. But if you are doing it like a little bit less supervised, then yes, absolutely. We got 3 more encounters, and then we're gonna call it. As they should. Yes. No, I agree. I think that I described it before, but like I think that that place probably would be grading for someone who has a lot of experience and is like, you know, is safe, like does know gun safety, practices gun safety, but has enough experience that they don't need tutorials. Like I think that place probably would be overly burdensome with their safety precautions for someone who has experience, doesn't need to like have someone hovering over their shoulder. Like I think that place wouldn't be good for like a veteran, but for someone who only does it very, very infrequently, has never done it, it was like the perfect place to go. Had so much experience that it's basically just second nature to me now. It would definitely suck for me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like for you, I think that it would have been way too burdensome, because like every single gun that we tried to shoot, they had you learn how to hold it, then learn how to like brace it so that you would be able to deal with the kickback, then practice moving your finger onto the trigger, practice firing with firing the gun without any bullets in it. Then they would take the gun away from you, do a little bit more explanation, load it, and then hand it back to you, have you practice the grip, and then you would get to fire like 8 shots, and then you'd be done. It was like a 5 to 10 minute experience for like 8 shots, which, you know, if you're learning a new gun, or, you know, it's a gun you've shot before but it's been a long time, or like you're like not comfortable with guns in general, then it is 1000% a really good experience to like make sure you're being safe and having a good time. But it would really suck if you're someone who shoots often. because like that is a lot of time for not a lot of shots, and it was pretty expensive considering too. But with that, I think we are going to call it an end to the stream. No shinies in either game. That's kind of to be expected, but thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had a good time. When I went for my gun license, I got perfect 100% on the handling portion of my test, and I got 2 questions wrong in the written portion, simply from misreading. Nice! I genuinely don't know if there is a written portion of a test or a test at all for a gun license in the U.S. I kind of feel like there might not be in some states. I think that there should be. I would probably like go and do testing and stuff like that to make sure that I was like trained before I bought a gun, if I were to ever buy a gun. I don't really plan on doing that. But I don't know for sure that there is a test in the US, which is kind of scary. All right, let's go find ourselves a raid target. I know there's licenses for concealed carry and stuff, but I don't know how much goes into it. Yeah, I know there are licenses. I just, like you said, like similar to you, I don't know what goes into it. And I have a feeling it varies from state to state. And some of the southern states probably have very minimal hurdles to get to that license. Let's see. You know what? I don't remember. We haven't. If we rated aloe vera before, it's been a long time. So, they're doing black and white too. So let's raid them. Yeah, let's do that. Here we edit customization, redirect. Can we redirect? We can. Let's go. Save. Things like fully automatic guns are completely illegal here. Even things like handguns need a completely separate license. There's 2 categories: restricted handguns and stuff, and unrestricted rifles and shotguns. Gotcha. Yeah, I know that there are definitely some fully automatics. I think are also, if not illegal, very restricted here. But I also am very ignorant to the laws because I don't really plan on ever buying a gun. That may change depending on how things go in our country. But generally I don't feel safer having a gun in the house. I would be constantly worried about it like causing unintentional harm. No matter how safe I think I would 1000% have a gun safe. I'd have I would, no matter what, I would be nervous having it in the house just because of the potential danger it could pose to someone. I'm not a big fan of I have a very healthy fear of guns. But yeah. But we're gonna go raid aloe vera. I hope that you will join me on that raid. I'm gonna make it an auto redirect, so we should be good to go there. You don't have to worry about clicking the link if you don't need to. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. It's very possible I will be streaming some ZA on Saturday, so hopefully I'll see you there. If not, Sunday I'll probably do a ZA stream or something like that. But we'll see. I have 2 cabinets full of them between me, my brother, and my dad. And again, that's you know. I'm sure that's like you've got plenty of safety around that, and you have a lot of experience with it. It you know, especially in a rural area, more rural areas. I think that it's much more common to have that kind of arsenal just for completely non recreational purposes, like being able to fend off animals or something like that. Like there's other reasons to have guns and stuff like that, especially in more rural areas. I just personally don't feel safe with it, so I don't plan on it. But I don't judge anyone. Like I completely respect people wanting to have guns, even just for recreation. But yeah, hope to see you over in Aloe Vera's chat. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And until the next stream, bye.